それを盾に夜な夜な私に身分を偽らせ町を徘徊させた挙句汚らしい下賤な男どもとまぐわらせて金を稼ぐつもりであろう。
何その具体的な例は。
いや、あの体が自由になるのだ。
いらん。
All right, my friends, episode number 10 of Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Shopper. This was a really, really fun and really good episode. Now, one thing I do want to mention and I do want to say is I do think that the one thing that maybe went a little long at the tooth this episode was the new lady, Miss Cannon. I think Cannon. You know, she was hitting on our boy Kenichi over and over and over again, you know, trying to get him into the bedroom, trying to get him to do all kinds of things that she would very much enjoy him to do. And obviously, our boy is the man of steel. He's able to just reflect all things that need to be reflected, and he did not pursue that. Although I did think that at some point, I did think that he would break. And, you know, she would be, you know, part of his lineup, but that didn't happen, which I gotta admit was pretty surprising. But I think that is kind of the one thing this episode that, like I said, did go a little long at the tooth. I think doing it once, okay, you know, that's really funny. Doing it twice, okay, she's really going for it. Doing it a third time, okay, she really, really wants this. But then, you know, you do it like a fourth and fifth time. And I think they might have done it 4 or 5 times this episode. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't have a counter. I didn't have a Kenichi counter. But you know, I was like, okay, I think we're done with this, you know, specific thing. I think they could have done it once and then maybe like a second time. And then, you know, that could have been, you know, kind of it. Now, ultimately, I still think it was funny because he ended up having her sign like a contract that basically says like, hey, you have to follow everything that I say kind of thing. And she was like, oh, no, he's going to make me work the streets. Again, I thought that was effing hilarious. And he's like, I don't know why you had this super weird specific ass fantasy, but no, we're not doing that. This is just so you can stop hitting on me. So I did, you know, like I said, I did genuinely, I think that was really funny. I thought that was a really funny moment of the episode. And I had a good hoot and I had a good laugh at that. And I definitely really enjoyed it. But that was probably my big only critique this episode was just like, okay, we heard... We saw, we tried not to judge, but it ended up happening. The rest of the episode, though, I thought was really cool. You know, they're working with the Epitorium family or the region, and basically they were working with this separate region that is in another area that's in a competing area to Dahlia. And they worked with them to, you know, do the roads and, you know, put together, you know, all kinds of roadways for travel in between these two regions or in between these couple of different regions to invest in trade and make sure that it's easier for people to come in and out, merchants and trade and things that kind of really raise and rise up a specific region. And did it in partnership, and they got paid very well. He was able to get a grimoire, which is a grimoire of protection that's going to be for Anemone, and that is a really, really high-level spell. It's going to help him out. He was able to get paid really well, and he was able to get recognized by a lot of people of like, oh, this is the mage that defeat the Shaga group or whatever. So he got a lot of recognition. He got a lot of mouth movement, basically like, you know, word of mouth from people. He got a lot of praise from, you know, the region. The Mallow Company, including Primula, got a relationship with this region to handle their finances. So basically they got hired as like, you know, like accountants for them. So that's going to bring a lot of money in, not only for Kenichi and his family, but, you know, for Primula and for the Mallow Trading Company as well, too. They're going to get, you know, more word of mouth of like, okay, they're doing the books, they're doing accounting, which I think is just really, really cool stuff. So I really do nerd out. And I love when shows kind of go deep on some of those kind of like nerdy, contextual things that like you either like it or you don't. Like when, you know, when certain shows go really deep into like the politics and stuff, you know, and they do it pretty well. I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's definitely like my jam. That's definitely like, I like it a lot. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really cool. And then of course, you know, there's some fan service dipped in here as well too. You know, with Kenichi and with Cannon and with the bath scenes. And I really like the end of the scene where, you know, Anemone, I don't know how I feel about it, but she's getting more, not forceful, but she's getting more brave when it comes to what she specifically wants for Kenichi. At the end of the day, he's a 40-year-old guy, you know what I mean? She's, you know, a little girl, you know, so obviously there needs to be some heavy boundaries there. Her age is not specifically said, but, you know, somewhere in between the ballpark of like 10, 14, you know, maybe even like 9 and 14, somewhere around there. You guys can correct me. You guys can tell me in the comments if you know what her specific age is. I'm just looking over here on my anime list, and it doesn't really have her biography or her specific age listed. I'll try and Google it too, daily life age, and see if we get any. See if we get any anything on a character. Let me see if I can find any additional info here. Because yeah, I looked. I was like, okay, I don't see anything as far as her age on my anime list. The AI bot on Google says she's 12. So, you know, again, I don't know if that's right, but, you know, again, she's in that ballpark. Let's just say she's 12, you know, but she's getting a lot braver with him. So he's definitely going to have to put some boundaries and stuff there at some point as well, too, just because if he doesn't want to cross that line, then he has to make it super duper clear with her, because she's been getting a lot braver with trying to climb into the bath with him as pretty normal and stuff. But like, she's definitely he's definitely like father daughter, and she's definitely like no, like, oh, she's on this other side. So he's definitely gonna have to cross that line pretty soon. But I love seeing his relationship with Prima Allegro. I like seeing his relationship with the two kitty girls, you know, the Nyami or whatever, and I like seeing that quite a bit. And then now we have this really, really kooky hot lady who is in the mix as well too. And then of course there's that princess that was mentioned at some point with a lot of interest in him. So she may come into play. We have 2 more episodes left of the season, so I'm excited to see what ends up coming next. All right, this was an awesome episode. I'm gonna give it like a 8.5 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. I was super engaged this episode. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And my friends, I'll see you guys next week for episode number 11, which is pretty crazy. Wait, 11, 12, 13. We have 3 more episodes. I say 2? What an idiot. Someone's gonna comment they didn't finish the video. 3 more episodes left. I'll see you guys next week for episode 11. Peace out.